And so I'm going to talk about, I guess, video marketing in your business and the best ways that you can use video marketing, especially right now is a great time to be getting some video marketing or getting a video marketing strategy implemented into your business. So what we're going to talk about today, I'm going to talk about different types of video and how to use them in your business, how to develop sort of a pretty straightforward video marketing strategy if you've never put one in place before. How does video generate increased sales and sales opportunities? How to monitor and measure the performance of your video as well. That's really important because a lot of people fail to sort of keep adequate track of the performance of their campaigns. How to identify some quick differences in different quality of videos, in production quality, and love it or loathe it. Sometimes you have to make your own videos, and sometimes it's the best way forward. So some quick tips when making your own DIY videos, I call them. So yeah, just really giving everyone some practical tips for implementing or using video marketing within your business. So just a thumbs up or a thumbs down, who does use video to market their business products or services? All right, everyone else has got their screens on. Oh, there's a couple of thumbs up. Oh, Craig, I don't even know how you did that thumbs up. Impressive. So yeah, I suppose, was it successful, thumbs up or thumbs down, or do you find it is successful? Yep, Tim's giving a nod. Yep, thumbs up. So that's good. So I suppose the key with video marketing is if my slide will change. No. The key is, and I'll touch on a few of these points, but from what it was then to what it was now, it's drastically changed. I mean, you used to have the television, whereas today, video is not simply just putting a website on your video on your website. There's so much more to consider. So using video content to promote and market your products and services increases engagement on your digital and social channels, engages with your audience and consumers, and builds trust and awareness in your brand. And there's so many avenues today, but there's equally so many distractions, and that's kind of where you've got to really pinpoint some key differences. So let's have a look at the landscape. You're kind of spending in Australia, this is Jan 2020 in Australia, so you're spending average five hours on the internet every day, and nearly 2 hours using social media. So we're on the internet a lot every day in every way. A lot of people watch TV on the internet, listen to music, but there's a lot of distraction there as well. So if we look at the top most used social media platforms, look at the top 5, 6, all video content. Not only video content, but video is a really powerful medium, and it's a really popular medium. So you've really got to harness the advantages of using video and using it properly and effectively. I'll put an emphasis on effectively rather than properly. So just a quick stat that, nearly 50% of posts on social media that contain video, 48% more views of a post that contains video. And the growing popularity, I guess, in averaging video is that people are spending about 6 hours per week watching videos online. Now that doesn't differentiate between watching tutorials and that sort of thing, but as an example, I read a stat the other day that if an individual has a problem that they're trying to solve or an answer they're trying to solve, 86% of them will Google it, and another 78% I think it was, will YouTube that problem. For everything from, changing a spark plug to hanging a picture straight. So the businesses that are putting their content and themselves out there online are getting seen, and are getting seen as a trusted source of advice. So what's the importance, I suppose, of video marketing right now? Your audience is online now more than ever. They're really seeking trust in their brand. Given the current climate, they're really seeking that authenticity and to trust the companies that they buy from, especially because budgets are constrained and people are a lot more concerned with the economic climate. So videos, it's easy to consume video. It's faster to produce and deliver than other means. I mean, look at your newsletters. It's unlikely 2 or more people are going to sit down and read your newsletter together, but video can be watched, sent, communicated, shared. People can watch it together. So it's easy to view, consume and share videos on multiple devices and platforms. And if 70% of consumers expect you to understand their expectations, it's an easy way for you to tell them that you meet those expectations. And it instantly gives you, or it can take away, but instantly gives you credibility, professionalism, because it shows you knowledge. You become a trusted advisor. You can demonstrate complex ideas and build trust in your brand and integrity in that brand as well. So you really want to use video to your advantage in that sense, and it's really pertinent right now. So on average, a business will increase their revenue by 23% by using video marketing. And again, not just by putting a new video on your website, but really using video content to support your business and through that buyer's journey. So what I mean by that is, so in addition to increasing sales and building trust, you can indirectly contribute to more sales by improving SEO ranking. So having a video on your site, whether it's on your homepage or product pages, can increase the amount of time a visitor spends on your site. So you can see in this graph, video on page versus no video on page and the average time in minutes spent. So the average time you spend on pages, according to a Wistia study, was about 2 minutes and 48 seconds that people spend on pages without video. But with video, the average time was up to 7 minutes and 21 seconds average. So there's a massive time difference there. So the amount of time a web visitor spends on your site, it's called dwell time, and a lot of SEO pundits believe that Google uses dwell time as a ranking factor. So having video on your site, you can increase your organic traffic and spend, get your clients investigating and exploring your business and your website a lot more thoroughly. It can increase those SEO rankings inadvertently too. So the different types of video, I'm going to explain the different types of video, differences between webinars, instructionals, company culture videos, product demos, how-tos, testimonials, interviews, and case studies. And what are the differences? Some of you obviously are very familiar with the differences in video. Some of you may not be. So bear with us while we go through all these different types of video. So company or business profile videos, they're kind of the brand mission videos. They explain the why of your company. If any of you are familiar with Simon Sinek, why is a very powerful and important component of your overall business and its strategy. So this video goes on your homepage, so new visitors immediately see your company and who they are. Your product explainer videos, they show the purpose of your product, features, explanation of how it works. You can go deeper in sort of a demo video, product demo video, but by covering the broad details of the product, the explainer videos let them know how to use your product and how it can help them with whatever the products or services seek to solve. Sales videos, obviously they cover perks of your product, really short and sharp. They tend to focus on just one thing to keep the viewers focused, and they introduce new clients or customers to your product or service. Educational videos, they center around your target's audience's interest in educational content, can lead them to your company's website, so they really get to dive deeper in your brand. Testimonials, they speak for themselves. People love to see others talking about their service or your product or the relationship they had or the experience they had. It's authentic, it builds trust. There's a familiarity principle where people see faces and they familiarize themselves with your brand. They see humans talking about human experiences and emotions, and they connect with your brand on an emotional level. So that's really, really important. And it sort of pushes customers towards closer to purchasing or buying with your business. Product webinars, they're online lessons. They help customers build trust and skill in your product or service. And you've probably attended a lot of those lately. There's been a lot of webinars. So I've been bombarded with webinars lately, but they can help your customers build more confidence in using your products or services. And Q&A sessions, not seen as much, but they're sort of live Q&As with your employees, with your sales reps, or with people in your business to interface with the client base and with customers directly. And that's a really good customer service benefit, because it builds trust and confidence in your business and its products and services. So there's sort of some top yeah, just some high level overview of different types of videos and what they're used for. So how to develop a video marketing strategy? I suppose if you think about the possibilities of using video in your business, like what am I trying to achieve? What type of video do I use or do I want to use? Who's going to watch it? What do I expect from the viewer? How will I measure that it's been effective? That's where a video marketing strategy really comes into its own. And I mean, to build, strong customer relationships and boost your revenue, your video marketing needs to be backed by planning. So if you fail, that old saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Because I know, I get a lot of people just saying, oh, we want a video. What for? Where's it going? Who's going to watch it? And they've sort of thought, they've thought of step zero without actually giving it much thought. And a lot of people, it's not their that's not their thoughts. They're a finance, or they're a CEO, or it's not their remit to think about a video marketing strategy. They don't have the brain space. So you sort of have to take them through the steps. And build a cross-promotional strategy. It works because it gives you the ability to view your content and your brand across different mediums, socials, websites, small snippets of information that slowly but surely build the blocks towards increasing your sales. So it generates better results if you do put in place even a bridge video marketing strategy. So you kind of start. How do you do that? Well, we're going to go through each of the 6 steps in a short amount of time. But so first of all, you got to define your goals, make them smart, and what are they? Who am I going to reach? What do I want them to do? What am I trying to communicate? Am I trying to build loyalty? Am I trying to get them to buy? Building trust, sharing knowledge, generating clicks, or receiving subscribers, newsletters. Video can be used in newsletters very effectively. So you kind of think of the sales funnel, and I'll touch on the sales funnel in more detail later on. But different types of videos work at different stages of that funnel to ultimately channel the buyer towards your purchase. Not just products. Let's move away from thinking about just products. Let's think about services. Let's think about business. Every business buys and sells something, and that offers can be those products, services, or solutions. Video is a great way to, obviously, a really essential way to communicate that. So make sure you take a baseline to measure the results against. Your revenue, your your views, your conversions. So make sure you take those baselines to measure success against. Plan your budget. I really love this this little graphic. Good, fast, and cheap. You can have 2, but you can't have 3. And so in this illustration, it always reminds me that everyone wants all 3. So planning your budget is really how much do I spend. How much. I suppose you got to determine the sort of the volume or the quality, the volume of videos. Am I doing 10, 30-second videos? Am I doing one company video, and then I need to do some explainers about the different products or services, or do I want to focus on solutions or case studies? So I suppose you've got to map that out, and that sort of does inform your budget. Like, high quality, high production has its place, but it may not be the best move for your business. Like, you may not need to go and have an amazing, very highly produced company video when you can achieve better results by having other content and a lower budget company profile video, because your other explainers are going to do much of that selling for you. You can also stretch your dollars. You can do bulk filming, which is really smart. You can go to a studio and film 12 months of newsletter releases. Studio Nunawading is a great example where you can go and film on set in professional settings, and you might have every month a 30-minute market update filmed in one session. It's going to be a lot cheaper doing that. You can also join budgets with suppliers. You can partner up and do video production with your suppliers or with some of your clients. So there's reciprocity there that can really stretch your budget further. And don't forget to add associated costs like distribution and marketing. You can have a video produced, but you need people to see that video. So LinkedIn marketing or or other forms of marketing to get that video out there. And some of that is paid. So again, back to the funnel. The top of the funnel is building awareness. So, you know, your educational videos, explainers, problem solution videos. The middle of the funnel is sort of teaching people how to use your products or services. So explaining the services or the product that you offer, and then the bottom of the funnel is sort of getting them about why your product or service is the best solution. So testimonials, demonstrations, case studies. So you really want to, I guess that bottom is you're kind of taking the buyer through that buyer's journey, all the way from sort of what am I looking for, all the way through to, hey, that's a solution to my problem, down to this company knows my problem and has the answer to my problem. So you want to sort of take the initiative to get ahead of their doubts before they even have a chance to, you know, ask them. So map it out first, and then decide how you want to allocate your budget across the buying process. And then, like with a house auction, you always add a bit of buffer. What's the most that I can spend? What's ideally what I want to spend? Because a lot of times when you start digging deeper, you realize that some things cost more. Animated explainers are a great example. People always underestimate how much they cost to produce, and bad animated explainers can be useless. They don't get watched, or they don't have any effectiveness. So plan the topics and journey. This is always a really hard one. People don't know, they want to tell you about their business, but they may not have ideas other than this is what we do. So, you know, some topics: introduce your business. You know, new prospects aren't going to love your business straight away. They need a reason to become interested in your company. So, you know, that sort of video is great at explaining how your company solves their problems, or why you do what you do, the culture you've got, or the customer service that you have. Small businesses are great with customer service. That's a key strength. So you can capitalize on that personalization. And they'll know exactly why they should care about your brand and continue engaging with your brand. You know, build trust with testimonials. We talked about that. Demonstrating your experience. Creating a video bio for employees is a good one. You might have key players in your business, yourself or otherwise, that are star performers, and you might want to feature them and sort of talk about, personalize it, why they do what they do, why they love helping people with their mortgages, why they're really good at it, and why they get a joy in what they do. You might advertise sales promotions. They're pretty common. You might showcase a product or a features because it's technical or it's hard to understand. I guess new products, you know, you showcase new products. People see new products getting advertised all the time with flashy things, but you may not have an FAQs video, common questions. People have them on their website, like why we're different or our point of difference, but a video summarizes so much more in a shorter amount of time. Case studies and project profiles. You might have had a key client and new contract or an amazing project, and you might want to showcase that and use that in future bids or future tenders or future clients. Onboarding new clients, a great way to onboard clients is you do your pitch and then you show them a 30-second video, because you show so much more and you establish so much more credibility and professionalism using a good quality video, rather than telling people. People zone out. They listen to you for a short amount of time. They think about everything else in their life. Whereas you show them a video and they look and see pretty pictures and flashy lights and, you know, power tools or noises or cars or trucks or whatever your business is, you can grab people's attention and say so much more. So planning those topics, yeah, there's just some ideas. I think one thing is really knowing your audience. One piece of advice is really digging deeper in knowing your audience. Get to know them. And we know this with business, is really understanding your customer and your customer mindset. But like, where do they hang out? Who are they? Where do they hang out? Where do they find their information? You know, what do you think they want versus what do they actually want? That's always a big one. You know, don't be afraid. Yeah, I don't even know what I think I want either, Jesse. Like sometimes, you know, I think I want something and then I go online and spend hours and then I buy something based on price or something totally different. And I'm like, oh, you know, also what they think they want is heavily influenced by by digital means these days, you know, retargeting, advertising. So there's a lot of things they think they want, and needs versus wants is a very key thing with new business. But sort of find out what they actually want. When do they want it, and how do they want it? So this graphic was a great way to summarize that. You know, you've got to think about these things, because it's really important to know that audience and know their online habits and where are they going to see these videos. Sometimes having a video on your signature is a better option, because people are going to read your signature and they'll go, oh, watch what I do in 30 seconds. That's, yeah, I really need to see that, as opposed to going out and doing video every newsletter. So interestingly enough, more than 64% of people are more likely to buy a product or service online after watching a video. And I've quoted the sources from these facts. I don't just pull them out of my pull them out of my grey matter. The sources are on the link in the bottom left. So yeah, people do feel more comfortable now with the buying decision from using video. However, these days there's a lot of distractions. I mentioned you literally have about 10 seconds to grab your viewers' attention. So 33% of viewers you lose in 30 seconds, 45% by a minute, and 60% by 2 minutes, regardless of the total length of video, length. So, you know, there's so many distractions now. We all know that. We know enterprise, big companies, some of the most successful companies in the world capitalize on distraction, and your attention is measured in currency now. So you've really got to get not attention grabbing. It doesn't need to be fireworks and action, but it does need to be engaging. And I think that's key with video, is how do I make my videos engaging? Because all too often, a lot of videos are really not, you don't last the attention. The attention span doesn't last. So, and we'll talk about a bit of tips of how to do that, how to make your videos engaging. I think Emily Potter from formerly Richmond member, I think she's CBD or Carlton now. Anyway, Emily used to say this: if you think it's expensive to hire a professional, wait till you hire an amateur. And I really love that saying. I may or may not have quoted it to people to clients in the course of business, but DIY or outsource, you can't always afford to outsource. I get that. It's not always feasible, practical, may not be within the budget. So it is cheaper to produce your own video content. However, you know, professionals create more content faster with higher quality in most respects. It can look unprofessional doing it yourself, but pros should look professional and can look a lot better. There's a learning curve for distribution channels like social media channels and measuring metrics and all that sort of stuff, SEO and the like. So Pro can provide different formats for distribution channels and distribute and manage that on your behalf sometimes. So some companies can do the social media marketing or can help you along that journey. DIY can use less effective video. They might not choose the right video or the right focus for their video marketing. So a professional can use the right type of video to achieve the outcomes that you're trying to achieve. What's happened there? Okay, so think about where your video is going to go. Where's it going to be distributed? It may seem obvious, but many clients don't take the time to really consider the most optimal channels. I mean, for example, Facebook isn't necessarily a market for my business. We don't market on Facebook that much with video anyway, because we're targeting B2B and different businesses, but we do use LinkedIn a lot. We do use our website, we do use LinkedIn, social media, Instagram to some extent, and YouTube and Vimeo. So this is just sort of different channels to distribute your video that you consider. And as I mentioned, different companies and different advisors will give you different weightings towards where to distribute your video, but your video production, outsourcing video production, your video production partner can tell you which of these channels and which methods and techniques in those methods are going to be most effective for your video and your videos and your video content. I'm getting a delay on my clicker. What's that? Okay, video content distribution. So in the middle is the ideal. That's your video marketing trifecta. So you've got your your owned media, which is yours, your website, your blog, your email, your own social media channels. You've got your paid media in the yellow, your search ads, your social media ads, your sponsored content, native advertising, influencers, paid influencers, and that sort of thing, promotional stuff, and your earned media. So your organic stuff, your social media sharing, your reviews, your Google reviews, your publicity, your influencers that like your product or services, and your endorsements and stuff. So ideally, you want to get a nice combination and hit that red. You want to get a nice mix of owned, earned, and paid media. And there's different ways to do that, and to do that effectively, of course. So you've got to measure your results. It's really important because let's be honest, your marketing, your video marketing all boils down to your ROI that it produces for your brand and your business. So although it's got the potential to earn new customers, increase your bottom line by engaging your audience, you really have to measure whether it's doing that and how is it doing that. So Facebook has metrics, Vimeo, Wistia, YouTube, Google Analytics, they've all got metrics you can measure. Views, clicks, shares, autoplay, it's all that, everything. So view counts, engagement, you can take these metrics to compare whether or not there's been more trust in your brand, whether there's more engagement, whether whether people are watching it, whether they're sharing it, how long they're watching it for, what are they talking about, are they conversing with you, are they engaging with you and your brand and your business, YouTube comments, or are they just slandering you, do they think it's not authentic, do they think it's, there's all sorts of metrics and ways you can track it. So these are just in summary. And really, did it meet your initial goals? Did your video marketing strategy, how did it fare against where you were? More website clicks doesn't result in more conversions. So a lot of times I've had problems with Google AdWords because we pay a lot of money, but they don't result in conversions. All I get told is how many views, how many eyeballs have seen my website. I don't care about how many people look at my website. I care about how many of them are actually connecting with us to convert and purchase. So it is very easy to waste a lot of money on digital marketing with all of the smoke and mirrors and the confusing and the beautiful PowerPoints you get presented with, which don't necessarily result in more conversions. So you really want to make your goals measurable, and you really want to track whether those goals have been met, and continually track them at key milestones along the way. So how do you identify different qualities in video? I know there's a few guys that will be able to laugh at these because they'll see it straight away, but a lot of people don't really know. They sort of go, oh, well, how do I assess what's a good video and a bad video? So poor quality shows in video in things like poor production, dated techniques, style or footage, and I'll show you some quick examples if we've got time. There's no clear message. It's all style and there's no substance. Sometimes it can be too personal. People lose interest if it's too personal, equally if it's not personal enough. So remember that 10-second rule. I'll show you a quick video. This is only a 30-second video. I won't show all 30 seconds of these videos because you'll get sick of a lot of them in less than 30 seconds. So this is obviously, the environment, the taste, the beautiful settings, capturing, the pleasantness and the experience and the happiness of the scenery, of the landscape, going to this region, the artisan craft. It all says it all quickly. There's no words in that video. I'm hoping that there is words in these because you're going to love these. This is a bad video, an example of a bad video. I wouldn't want my face associated with the video, I don't think either, but the next guy does. He's happy to be. So you might have just heard something there, like a sound come in. That's really bad production quality. You hear before he starts singing, you'll hear a noise. So really bad audio production on that. And as you can see, it's quite dated and old. And this is I just call it catastrophic. It's not ugly, it's just catastrophic. So, so just see this for a few seconds. I'm already lost. It's been 8 seconds.
Hey, my girl's online. I guess we're having our movie date. Hi, baby.
Hi, are you ready for our movie date?
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Why do you choose these cheesy movies? They're just so...
So 30 seconds in, and I'm lost as to what they're selling or what I'm doing here. So I probably won't watch it for another few seconds. But that just gives you a quick example. I can find plenty more examples if you like, but that just gives you 3 examples of different levels of video quality, and also the messaging. It's key about what you're trying to say and captivating the viewer, so you can get your message through. So the Bunnings model, I call it the Bunnings model, the DIY model. There's ways to do it and ways to do it well. It's not always bad. A lot of YouTubers have got quite successful doing good quality instructional videos, and I follow a lot of them online. I get a lot of information from some of these YouTubers. So I like I didn't even know who Dr. Albert Meherbrian's rules were, but I remember seeing this over the years about verbal, non-verbal, and body language communication. But yeah, so write a script, keep it short and simple. Always use a tripod and a microphone. The microphone allows you to be heard, stops this weird, sounds like you're in a drain talking. Frame the shot, check the lighting, do a test run, like don't just start recording. And if you know, if you're not sure about your face, you know, natural light, sitting by a window, sitting outside, or low upwards facing lights gets rid of sort of bags under your eyes and that sort of thing. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube to tell you how to frame good lighting. Watch your background, avoid distractions, don't have the cat running around on the bookshelf behind you, or the TV and things like that. But more importantly, think about your audience. What's in it for them? Why are they watching, and what are they getting out of it? A lot of times videos, so you've probably all watched a YouTube video trying to get an answer, and you'll watch a video, you'll go to another video, you look up another one. Before you know it, you've gone to 3 or 4 videos just to find how to stop a dripping tap. But you've switched off 3 videos that really had a chance to get your attention and to promote themselves and their expertise, but you haven't watched it for one reason or another, because your brain doesn't like certain things, and switches off very quickly when you know, when you're not meeting those expectations of good, concise messaging, visual messaging. And get feedback on your video before you post it, before going live. You know, show your peers, show a friend. You know, obviously you can get a lot of feedback from everywhere, but maybe just get someone to look over it before you post it. So what to do now? So those of you that want to find an easy way to increase sales and brand awareness, you need to start creating video content. So to get started, you know, create lots of videos in different formats, but first of all, plan a video marketing strategy. 6 steps, it won't take long, it'll give you at least a roadmap. But you can do a range of things: adding video to your website, adding video to your signature, like an explainer about your business, creating a YouTube channel, social media videos, going live on Facebook with a session, like a here's us at work session, or here's us we're on site. One of my friends with a landscaping business up north does them himself, but he posts jobs where he's on set, on someone's lawn, cleaning it up. And all these people love it because it shows this kind of bloke next door cleaning the yard, and that's what he does. That's his target market. Use Instagram video stories, get customers to make videos. A really effective but underutilized strategy for videos is getting your customers to sell your service and business for you. So you can run competitions. You can get customers to upload videos to socials and run competitions, do a giveaway or a, you know, voucher or something, or prize. Like a financial advisor runs a competition for best financial tips of the month. You know, submit your top 5 financial tips in a less than, you know, 30-second video. A yoga teacher can get customers to submit a 5 favorite yoga poses video. Like, there's ways. GoPro does it really well on their website. So there's ways to get your customers to sell your business, and that increases SEO, it increases brand awareness and word of mouth and all sorts of stuff. You email video through your newsletter, email explainer video to new business. You might have had a meeting and you say, I'll follow up. Thanks for the meeting today. Just wanted to follow up with a quick explainer on why we're the best. You know, these are really effective strategies that, you know, admittedly, I don't employ all of them, and we really should, because I've seen them work time and time again in other businesses. So yeah, I suppose no matter what videos you're making, just make sure they're optimized for mobile devices, because sometimes that gets missed. But with some planning and thought behind your video marketing, you can increase your brand exposure, and it's an easy way for you to explain your products and services, and really connect and engage with your audience. And it ultimately does boost your sales. So if you're not using a video marketing strategy, even in a light version, you're not optimizing video for what it really can be used for. And yeah, there's some what to do now is some tips and ideas on how to do that for the road ahead. And now's a great time, because you've got, you know, if you are locked down, or if your business and your industry has faced some tough times, now's a great time to be advertising, because a lot of people are going to see it, and people are looking for trust in brands, and they're looking for that brand integrity. So that's pretty much comes to the end of my prezi, just in time. And if there are any questions, happy to answer them, happy to take some offline if I can't answer them. But I hope you found some value in listening to me rub it on.